Amigos, todos, welcome everyone, my friends, to our special meeting today. And the melody is showing to us a little bit where it come from my guest today. Yes, maybe many of you recognize the music, and this beautiful music come from this rich country. We are talking about our guest, we're talking about her country, and of course, she was born in India. Let me introduce to all of us to my special guest, my spiritual sister, Kavita Tandon. Welcome, my dear.
Hi. Hi, Arlu.
Finally,
How are you?
finally,
Finally.
we are here. Finally,
Yeah.
we are here, and we are so glad to take this meeting with you because you know how much we love you. Let me
Thank
tell you a
you.
little bit about my guest today. Kavita Tandon is a special and unique woman. She developed their psychic gift, and we were talking a little bit today about that. Tell us, Kavita. I know you was born in India. What specific city are you at right now? And share with all of us about your beautiful culture.
So, thanks, Carmen. Thanks, Araluz, first of all, for inviting me to your show. Um, um, okay, about my city, I live in a place called Hyderabad. It's a part in India which is very rich in, it's known for the IT companies that are here, and a lot of software engineers, get qualified from the city. Well, they're all over India, but primarily, I know from Hyderabad, um, there are a lot of people who migrate as well. Another rich thing about my city, Hyderabad, is we get lovely pearls here. From all over the world, from China, Japan, and other countries where pearls are taken out from the ocean, they come here for polishing. So it's very rich in the pearl. It's also called the Pearl City. So that's about
Wow.
uh, and the place that I live or others.
Mm.
I'm so
It's
glad
awesome
I'm
to know
here.
that. Yeah, we share with everyone that is watching this interview that we met the last year in this blessed place here in the United States. Then we got a certificate like in mediumship and spiritual counselor. So I discovered my path and my gift because I come from my blood legacy, from my Peruvian tradition and my ancestor. How was in your case, my dear? How was in your case? How do you discover your gift? Share with us that experience.
Thanks, Soraluz, for bringing this part out. I know it's a very unique one, for me, especially. Because in India, as a culture, there are a couple of things I want to tell before we get into, how I discovered it. One is when someone transitions, we tell that they have moved to another realm and they've moved in afterlife. So now we should just bless them and let them go. And we should not so-called, there is nothing like communicating. So no one knows about communicating, or they don't even believe in things, that once a soul leaves earth plane, they believe that it has to, we have to just let them move on in the journey. But it so happened that I lost my son last year in May. Um, and of course, it's a very tragic thing for any mother to go through. I was in grief. I didn't know what was happening, but somewhere, uh, he had started talking to me. So I could hear him. And the first time I heard him was when we were doing his last rites, and I thought I will die during that time because nobody wants to hold their baby in the way they are. But my son was 30 years when he transitioned in an accident. Um, so all I heard was, Mama, just breathe. Mama, just breathe. Now, I just breathed my way through that ceremony and went through. And from there on, synchronicities started happening so much that it was beyond my belief. Like, there were many people who would come and tell, have you tried talking to your son? And believe me, these are people who are from my culture who actually don't believe in communicating and moving ahead. But they were the ones who are coming and telling me, did you talk to him? Why don't you talk to him? It'll give you peace. And I was like, what do I talk to him? How do I talk to him? So, and they started telling me about signs that tell him that you want to see this green color because when my husband left, this is how I did. And they showed me a green color. They did this. And it was too much for me. I was like, I don't know what was happening. Also, important thing was that I had started getting visions of him. He was giving me visions of telling me, Mama, I'm fine. And he's laughing and smiling. And I was thinking that maybe in grief, I'm losing my mind. That I've been listening to his voice and I'm seeing his vision because probably any mother who's going through such grief will start these things will start happening. But one fine day, I decided that I have to give it a try. That there are so many people coming to tell me that communicate with him. So this is his way of sending messages to me. He wants to communicate. So my son's name is Daksh. And I was for some time I'd gone to the mountains to do some soul searching because it's been a journey of soul path finding and searching. When I was returning, it's a very small airport. Where arrival and departure are just from two doors. It's not a huge airport at all. It's called Dharamshala, which is very famous in India, where the Dalai Lama lives there in Dharamshala. So I had gone there to find peace. On my way back, I said, okay, now let me give it a try. I said, Daksh, if you're around, give me a sign that I should not miss. It should not be a color or anything. I don't want to tell what I want to see. You give me a sign to let me know that you are around me. And it was a very small airport. Now, when I was returning that small airport, after I did a security check-in, there were some seats which were absolutely empty because it's a small airport any which ways. But then there was sun coming on that side, and I immediately thought, let me go and sit on that side of the security check where every seat was empty. And I was still thinking about my son Daksh. But when I went and sat, within a minute or two, a family came and sat behind me. And the lady started yelling there, Daksh, can you come here? Don't run. Daksh, your chips packet was around. Now she had a child by the name Daksh in that small airport. It can't be a coincidence. This name is very rare and unique. It's not very common in India. And the moment she started calling out Daksh, I was in tears as well as smiling. I knew that it can't be coincidence. It is somewhere way beyond, and he's connecting up with me. So
Agree.
that's how my journey started in synchronicity and then getting to know what connection means. And I did my mediumship where they told me, you are a medium. When I first connected up with the medium, she told me, he's already speaking to you. I said, but that's my own voice. She says, what does he tell? I said, he tells me, Mama, do this. Or I hear this as a voice like, Mama, do this, or Mama, breathe. So he says, your inner voice will never tell you, Mama. It will call you that you do this, you do that. So you should know this is your son speaking to you. and you are a medium. So that's where my journey began. And then within my second and third class that I was learning from, my trainer, she said, "You're already in my fifth class. What am I going to train?" Because my visions were very clear. I could hear people very easily. And my son, it was his promise during that time. He told me, one, I'm going to be your son from the other side, so I'm not gone. And second, this was our mission. This was our soul plan, that I was supposed to help you from the other side and help you know that there is an afterlife and after there is a other side to it, and you will help people here. So, or I lose, that's how my journey started. And I started meeting people, lovely people like you at Delphi. Was again, what are the odds that we are sitting and talking across two countries and talking this thing within a year of my son passing away.
How many beautiful things we can take from your history. One of them, to me, definitely exists a strong connection between mothers and her kids.
Yes.
The other thing that I remember when I was listening carefully about your experience and Daksh, your son, is how many times I hear for another masters about the kids, they come into this to this plane to be a huge wisdom. They are masters. They're containers of the wisdom, the high wisdom. So it's so beautiful that you connect with the energy of your son right now and is your main guide. Because at the same time, that kind of experience is leading to you to understand much better what means pass away, and definitely our life in this present don't finish when
Yes.
we biological, with that.
Yes.
No, it's the new begin,
Yes.
in another plane. How much and deep love your son had for you to decide to be your guide. And he is in your side. You know that he is in your side, not just through the message about everyone, about any circumstance. He's in your side because he's holding your hair. He's
Yeah.
holding your hair.
Yeah.
He's your master. Thank you for sharing that beautiful, beautiful experience. All the people that we met you in Delphi University, we are agree in since the first moment when we saw you, we feel this special energy. And after that, when you share your history and your experience with your son and how Nero was her he has passed away in the last year. Wow, I feel blessed to meet you, Kavita. And one more time, thank you for being part of my spiritual path too. Well, it's many ways to recognize that it's something supernatural that is happening with us. In your case, of course, was a detonant the situation with your son Dash. Other people or other mediums, they can have issues. For example, people that fell in coma, people
Yeah.
after a crash accident, and they had vision and experience with angels, another another plane, and after that experience, they start to development their gift like mediums. So you share that your main guy is your son, Dash. But at the same time, it's possible to you, do you have another guy? And how do you recognize them?
So, very good question that you've asked. I used to think my son is the only person that helps me. When I
Mhm.
started on this journey, I thought, okay, he's my spirit guide. But he passed away hardly a year before, so I'm sure there would be someone before him also.
Yeah.
So in my meditation, when I go, I start questioning things now because you would be aware, or Aluz, our teachers on the physical plane are only facilitators. Our real teachers are our guides. So I started asking him, what is, who is there, and are you the one that helps me? So he told me, Mama, treat me like a project manager. So, like, you will get people from all different departments to do a work and run one project. That is how I do. I am your person who gets people across different, if you need healing, if you need guidance, if you need knowledge, if you need wisdom in any field, I go and bring that energy within our zone for them to help. So they
Yes.
become one team and they help you. Certain people, what I understand and believe is they are constant, like two or three people that I constantly see in my meditation. One is my guardian angel. She's there all the time with me. And there are a couple of two more people who are in terms of healing and wisdom. I see them as old, wise men who come into this, when they need to give me wisdom and they need to give thought. But when I ask for healing, I see there are a lot of other people who come and heal and give their energies to me. And the latest I have encountered is Mother Earth energy and Gaia. She introduced me, her name was Gaia when I saw. That's an amazing story. So maybe sometime, but um, what I understand is that there are different realms up there, depending on how much you have evolved spiritually. Uh, the guide takes you to those levels to introduce you to different realms. If you are ready, they take you. So right now, I'm just getting these glimpses of Gaia and Mother Earth realm because it's a high vibration and very intuitive one. But after that, my visions are becoming even more clearer. But it's if I have to call out, I personally, because I don't know the name, I call it azurite realm because the crystal azurite is kind of blue in color, dark blue, which is and that color, the whole realm is of that color and sparkling and beautiful. So I call it the Ozurite realm. It is close to this color. This is lapis lazuli, but I know
Yeah,
that that is
beautiful.
not lapis lazuli. What they are showing me is azurite. And that is a crystal color zone realm. But I'm just getting glimpses of it. But that's what I'm learning through these meditations and my progress in spirituality.
Yeah. And about the services that you offer to everyone, I found that you are a tarot reader too. So that's you learned about to use the tarot cards. Tell us.
Oh, that's lovely. See, what happens is in mediumship, we are connecting up with very high energies. The faculties are the same. We use our visions, we use clairaudience and clairsentience, which is sense of feeling the other soul and energies.
Yes.
What happens is that these psychic energies um, are what that is the same reading that happens when I do a tarot card reading. I use the same energies, just that becomes tarot card becomes a tool for me to see and get a visualize detail about something. But the energy and the message it is throwing and what those cards are talking to me is the same faculty that happens during mediumship. And to tell you that these cards talk, when you're doing a reading, you would know that these cards talk. They give you certain vibe and energy and feeling, which comes in being very sensitive to these energies. And that's how it by naturally it started happening, that I went into tarot cards. To tell you, I don't mention it there, but you give me even a leaf from your hand and I will start reading about you. Or you give me anything, any belonging, and it can just be a crushed paper or anything that you say, okay, even if you don't touch it. So if you touch it, you know that we can feel the energy and you know
Oh,
um,
yes.
yeah, that psychometer, that's a different one. But even if you show me and tell me, Kavita, read my future from that bottle that's kept there, that means your intention has gone in that, and it has already caught your energy and your feeling. Now I can start reading that. But to tell you that these are the faculties I use for my tarot cards as well. So, um, you know, yeah, it's all about catching the messages that these cards throw.
Yeah, this is like the special characteristic that some mediums we have. Uh, yeah, I'm smiling when you are sharing about yours. For example, you don't need necessary to use the tarot cards to know some information or many information about the person, about the place, etc. And I'm smiling because I say, wow, finally find somebody that's very similar that's happening to me because, yeah, we like mediums, we can connect. Agree completely about that. We can connect, we enter in synchrony with the energies, but
Yes.
also we can choose, we can energy, we can connect with the highest wisdom, this, the angels, ancestors, or the other kind of energies that exist. So, yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, when we can, sometimes in my experience, I just touch into somebody. That's why I share with our group and the last year or special groups where we
Yeah.
are mediums from different continents. Was amazing experience to me, let me tell you. Well, that's why I share. I don't like too much to touch to somebody or somebody touch me with it. Since the first moment when I touch somebody,
Yeah.
I can know, I can get information from that person about their past, present, or future. It's crazy. But at the beginning was wasn't easy to understand that. But now, for example, when I hear people like you with this similar experience, that's amazing. Just touching a leaf, for example, you can know what's happening with another person. I use rocks, I use paper, I use the fire, or candle, etc., or the cards, or nothing. That's it's interesting, very, very interesting. So you use the tarot cards, but at the same time, I discovered another services, very particular services. For example, later, my friends, you will find more information how to find the social media to our special guest Kavita Tandon, because here in this under this video you will find her information about the social media and how to connect with she about her services. And I found in your web page, my dear, for example, um, autograph readings.
Yeah.
That title caught my attention, and it's like a new word to me. So, could you explain more about what means autograph readings, please? And
Great.
maybe you can share any example about that. It's gonna be awesome.
Oh, yes, I will. So I'll just give you a brief and then I'll share certain ones without disclosing the name of my my clients. But with aurograph, what I get is again based on the energies that I catch from you. I draw intuitively a picture that comes through my visions and my feelings that I get from you. I'm able to put that up as an aurograph to go right up till your childhood, and then till your present, and then your future. How the aurograph helps is in sometimes people don't know what patterns in their life that they're going through or lose. What are the things that they're doing repeatedly, and from where did it get triggered? So I'm able to identify those things that in childhood you would have gone through this particular thing, which sometimes people are not able to express that to their therapist also, because they have shut it so deep inside that they don't want to express it. Now that comes out in their energy, and they're carrying a very heavy aura of that feeling that they have gone through in their childhood. What they don't get that is maybe they're not talking about it, they don't want to think about it, but it is so deeply embedded in their aura. And that is what I catch. And then I start telling them that that is the place that they have to work. And that is the place that they have to start coming out from. And I help them move over their limitations and boundaries. So I will show you certain examples of the autographs that I have.
Yes, please.
I just want to mask the client name. Sorry, just give me a minute. Um, this is for one of the person that I made. Now it comes out as a beautiful picture. But what I understand is that this person has too many feelings and thoughts. They are not consistent. They were they had one person in their childhood who was their loved one, because it's come out like a beautiful star, but had too much of anger in that person. And
Mhm.
that anger kind of made this person, not consistent with their thoughts, not able to bloom. And while they wanted to communicate, they were not able to communicate. But then they started holding on to that during their college times, and for them
Wow.
also it started erupting in certain angers. The anger was, again, they had a lot of these energies that they wanted to experience, but they were not able to let out. All of them are deep dark energies, but somehow this person on the whole has made a beautiful life for themselves. You look at the beauty of this is coming out. It's not like a random picture,
Yeah.
not messed up or not. They have certain issues, but that doesn't mean that the person is totally messed up. And somewhere this person is trying to evolve, and look at the beautiful flowers that are coming out, and finally gain a spiritual knowledge with a lot of nurturing that is going to happen. And now this is what I get out of this person's. This is like a inside X-ray of a person. You know what
Mm.
I mean? Like something that they would not have been able to express, but they are. This is another example of a person. Um, while this person, now look at the colors are very soft, very, even for you to think the person has got very, now the person's nature is like that, is a very soft and gentle person. When it's a male, normally they have a very strong opinion or they are strong
Uh,
personality, but this is almost
I,
towards the feminine side.
authoritarian. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I
And
see. Mm.
they have a uniqueness in them, which they have kind of, look at the star that's come out. They have a uniqueness in them, but they have made peace with it. Um, Not peace, they have accepted their uniqueness, but they've accepted it with little bit of anger inside, because their people around are not able to accept their uniqueness. Now, this person was very confused about his future and his future career and things like that. And I was thinking, like, the message I'm getting is that this person has a bright future, but then why am I capturing him in brown color? For me, brown gives a very And this was a learning for me. It gives me a dark feeling, but then here it's coming out beautifully. And then the person told me he's got coffee estates. And
Okay.
because of those coffee estates, he will make a future there. And the brown color was the Mother Earth color that was coming out. So I said, you will make a future there. Don't run away from your. He didn't want to go to the coffee estates of his family. So basically, this is about, getting to know about their future in a very different manner, which is deep-rooted energies that they're carrying with them. Now, this doesn't come out in tarot cards. Tarot cards gives us very immediate things that are going to happen or maybe in the long term. But the
Yes.
energy that they're capturing and what they are carrying from their childhood, I get that in autographs. So I do that.
So interesting.
So I do
It's so
that.
interesting. Kavita, just I'm curious. Just I want to know how long you take to draw the to do the autographs to somebody. How long you take to do that?
Normally all these services are within 1 hour.
Okay.
So in that 1 hour, I try to draw. And even if it is exceeding by 15, 20 minutes, that's fine by me because I normally have my clients, spaced out. It's not like I
Mhm.
charge them extra for extra minutes. I like
Uh,
to let them
yes.
feel comfortable when they move out of my, so 15 minutes here and there doesn't matter. But in an hour, I'm able to bring out the autograph and I'm able to uh, talk it out to them about what's holding them and then how do they break from these patterns. What do they need to do? Some people hold fear so much because of their childhood and all their decisions are based on fear. Now these things
Mhm.
will come out in their autograph that their decision are very fear-based decisions.
Yeah.
None of them are towards taking a risk and doing, so they don't progress sometimes.
Yeah.
So, these deep-rooted things are what comes out in autograph or alus.
Mm-hmm. Wow, it's very, very interesting. This is the first time I hear about the autograph. I'm happy to know you do that. Okay, so reading, autograph, clairvoyance. So, in your words, what means the mediumship? What means to be a medium?
I would think medium is a healer. It helps. One is through bridging this realm and that realm. We are bringing peace to two souls. One who has crossed over and who wants to send messages to their loved ones on earth. And even for there is a healing that happens to the loved ones here when they are able to communicate on the other side. So I feel a
Mhm.
medium, while they are a communicator, but it's more of healing. And I would humbly accept my role as a service to the spirit world, because what you speak or what we speak, they can hear us. But what they speak, you need a medium to communicate what they are telling to you.
Yeah, we are a
So
channel. We are the
we are a
channel.
channel. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Right.
it's very interesting because many people with supernatural or paranormal experience in their life, they're very interesting. How to start to development this spiritual path, especially with the people with a medium potential path. So, what is gonna be your advice to all these people that's like beginners? They want to know how to develop their gift, like mediums or potential mediums.
My message would be first is trust yourself. Don't think if you're able to hear it, you have to believe in that yourself first, that what you're hearing is from the other side. So trusting becomes very important because that was for a very long time, I struggled with that trust, that is it my mind or is it what I'm hearing? But when I would go into a session and start speaking to someone, and they would say, yes, this is correct, this is right, this is right. Like, you know, I would give an example. In one person's reading, when I was doing, I kept seeing two cops that were coming.
Mhm.
But first, when the energy came, was also of their uncle and grandfather. Now I said, so, and finally they opened the door to the mother because he wanted to communicate to the mother. But first were these two gentlemen who came, and then I said, were they in service and were they in police? He said, no, they're not. None of them served even in any police, no war, nothing. And then I said, okay, we leave that aside because it will come out in again, you know. And then his mother came through and we kept talking about his mother's messages and all. And then I said, but she's again showing me cops. There's two cops that are coming. So what is it about cops? So was she related to someone, or do you have friends who are cops and you were meeting them? He said, no, there's nothing. I said, you know, finally I decided that why am I holding it? Let me ask her. If she's showing me the cops, there have to be a certain reason for it. Now, that's when she told me, tell him age 14, 14, tell him 14. So I said 14. She's telling me age 14. He said, oh, at age 14, I had got arrested. And that's how, you know, and that was a strong memory. She said, because it was a Halloween day and she had to come and release me. You know, so that's where the messages are. What I want to say is that believe in these messages, because they can be so random that my logical mind cannot make any sense of it, nor can yours who is beginning it. But learn to trust it and start with your friends, start with taking their consent, and start with asking them, you know, if they can read about someone, and then start getting these messages. And if you know, for training, if they want, I'm sure you know, they can, they have a lot of institutes that are there which will help them. But first is trusting that they are a medium. You're born medium.
Yes. Yes, because many people like me, I told you, in some point in the beginning, I asked to myself if I'm crazy or what's happening with me, what is this image, that voice that is coming to me. So I didn't understand. So it's very important. The first thing, I agree completely with you, and to trust about the message. And the other thing, if you are agree, you can say it. Uh, in my opinion, is the training, because we need to practice and we need to receive the guide to people with more experience or professional doing this. It's very important. Don't stop to learn, no?
Yes.
And keep a heart humble to do it. So my dear, I know, talking about to learning, you will do a trip in the next month, March, probably in the last week in March. You are going to United Kingdom to achieve another certification. Tell us about that. It's very interesting.
So what I understood over the period of time is learning is permanent in this field. You can never say that you have learned and you're done with it and you have arrived.
Never
Uh,
done.
Never done. You will know that. I mean, you've been doing it way back from I when I started. So you are more experienced, and you'll still know that learning is there. So I started looking out to find the best teachers and best universities that help me out. And that's how these messages, again, when they pop up, it is all through my son guiding me. And in fact, Delphi, I had booked way later, and that was like an instant plan. But this college in United Kingdoms, This is like in Harry Potter movie, what they would have shown their college, where all the big wigs come in. This college of Arthur Findlay is like that. So I have done workshops with them, but then I'm going for residential course there for 2 weeks. And I would be working or learning from some of the best in this field of mediumship. And it's also to combine spirituality. I think the more we grow spiritually, mediumship is a byproduct that keeps opening up and happens. That you would agree, right? Because you follow Mother Earth, I know, as much as now she's just invited me in her arms
Wow.
as an energy field. So I'm guided by them.
Yes. Good, good, good. So congratulations, because you keep learning and got strong your journal, like medium. I'm very glad. We almost will finish for the moment this interview. I hope in the future we'll get more meetings like this. I want to mention 5 words, and you will answer in one word what means to you
Okay.
the words that I will tell you. Okay?
Do I get a prize? I get a
Okay.
hug from Oralus.
After that, we can have. So please listen and answer the first words that like your feelings let you do about that words.
Okay.
And we'll start it. First word. What means to you in one word? India.
Love, culture, rich culture.
The second word. What means to you love?
Ah, eternal,
Next one. Mediumship.
healing, healer.
Dash.
Ah, love of my life, my son.
And finally, Kavita.
Still understanding her soul, on her soul journey.
My spiritual sister, Kavita, one more time, and never for the last time, I want to tell you how glad and how thankful and how blessed I feel since the first moment we met. And I still remember and drawing by myself in my soul our little trips playing in the golf cart.
My beautiful friend from India
With me
is
driving to you. But we're here, we'll survive.
Oh, you were a great golf driver for me.
You are
I love you
Before
so
we go,
much, and let me do honor and respect to all your ancestors, your culture, and your legacy. I thank you. I want to say thank you to Dash because he is part of this meeting and he led us to do it. So thank you so much. And if you have some last message or your last words, this time is only for you, my dear.
okay, thank you. Just one last message. I know when I spoke about rich culture of India, um, I just want to tell right now, as we speak, there's one of the largest event culturally that is happening, but that is more cosmic that's happening. And in India, it's in a place called Allahabad or Prayagraj. It's called the Kumbh Mela. And I will give these details on to you or Aluz, and you can mention for this is for all your viewers, who are culturally aligned and would want to learn. This is a special event, cosmic event that happens once in 12 years, but for this time it is once in 144 years, where the Jupiter, Sun, Moon, and Earth are in a in at certain angle, I may say, And that's what causes all the energies to be focused in one area, which is called Kumbh means well, but it is called Triveni Sangam, the place, which means three rivers joining, which is the Mother Ganges, Mother Yamuna, and Mother Saraswati. We call these mothers mother, or because they are very pure and very rich for us. So these three rivers meet, and that's where the energy concentration is so high that we believe that all the celestial beings also come to take a holy dip there. And so people from across the world are right now in this Kumbh Mela, and this will finish on the 26th of February. I will be traveling there from 23rd onwards until 27th. I will keep posting as many as live videos on Instagram or YouTube, and I will share something with you as well, or a loose for you to broadcast in your channel, especially for this
Thank
culture.
you. I'm talking about the Instagram and the YouTube channel. I want to invite to all of you to share and follow to all the social media and to my special spiritual sister, Kavita Tandon. My dear, it was a pleasure. And for sure, it's going to be the last time that we'll be shared together about our experience like meetings. So I love you so much.
Love you too. Love
I
you
love
too.
you so
Thank
much.
you so
And
much for calling me and making me a part of your journey in here.
it's an
And
honor. And I will say thank you in the Indian way. Namaste.
Namaste. Namaste.
Love you so much.
Same here. Thank you.
See you soon.
See you
Thank
soon.
you
Bye-bye.
for watching, everyone.
Thank you.
दिया कबीरा रोज चलती चकी